Hi, thanks for tuning in to the latest Hurricane Tracker app video update recorded Wednesday, August 29th at about 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Well, so far the month of August has been very quiet. We've only seen one named storm, which was Tropical Storm Erin, which quickly dissipated. And we'll take a look here at the tropics and see if what the chances are of getting another named system before the month is out. We have two systems we are currently monitoring. First is a tropical wave over the central Atlantic, located here about 1,200 miles east of the Lesser Antilles. It's moving off towards the west about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And this system only has about a 30% chance at best of developing during the next 5 days, as it's in a hostile environment at the moment, which we'll take a look at shortly. And we have another tropical wave, which has just been designated as Invest 96L. That simply means the Hurricane Center is going to run computer models on this system and gather more data as it begins its development process. But about a 40 to 50% chance this system develops into Tropical Storm Gabrielle during the next couple of days. This system is likely to move west-northwest and then likely stay out in the central Atlantic. That's how the models are looking at this time. But first, let's zoom in on the central Atlantic here and take a look at this tropical wave located right here. You can see before the sun went down, looking at the visible picture, there is some rotation to it. It does have some nice structure with it. And usually these waves, they have to be watched as they get further west. These are some other famous storms. This is Elena from 1985. This is Irene from 2011, Dennis, and then Hurricane Jeanne. And what all of these storms have in common is they all had a nice tropical wave, a nice structure, but they lacked really deep thunderstorms around the center. So you can see these waves of the past that have turned into hurricanes look a little bit similar to the one we have out here in the central Atlantic. We're not saying this is going to develop into a hurricane, but it needs to be watched, especially as it moves into warmer waters here. Once it gets into the western Atlantic, it may find a more favorable environment, as past storms have done. So we'll keep a close eye on that system. You can see it does have some thunderstorms associated with the broad circulation, and the tops of the thunderstorms are moving off to the northeast. They are being sheared by some upper level wind shear. There's an upper level trough located here over the central Atlantic, and the winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere are blowing from southwest to northeast, and that's shearing the tops off of these thunderstorms. So that's why this system is having a hard time organizing. Problem number two for this storm is we have some dry air here between the system and the Lesser Antilles. So as it moves further west, it's going to continue to battle some wind shear and some dry air again. Likely not to develop before it reaches the Lesser Antilles, and we'll be watching for development next week here once it moves out into the western Atlantic, if there's anything left of it. Moving over to the west coast of Africa, we can see here the African dust layer. There's not a lot of dust in the air. Over the last couple of months, we've had a lot of dust blowing out of the Sahara Desert, which has been putting a cap on the atmosphere and not allowing these tropical waves to really blossom. But we do have this strong tropical wave coming off the coast. It's got quite a bit of low-level spin and vorticity to it here. And you can see here on the visible satellite imagery, it's got a nice counterclockwise rotation. Some deep thunderstorms are beginning to build, and we have another tropical wave with a little bit of a spin to the southwest of that system. That's in the lower latitudes. That may need to be watched for development. Then we have another tropical wave behind the one coming off the coast, and then even some more here out over Central Africa. So it's that time of year where we start seeing tropical waves get stronger, and they start moving here off of the coast of Africa. And it's just a matter of time. During the next 1 to 2 weeks, we'll start seeing these develop every so often as they head off towards the west. Looking at the water vapor, showing the amount of moisture in the air, there's quite a bit of moisture. There's not really any dry air here to speak of over the eastern Atlantic, and that should allow these tropical waves to, it should help them to sustain thunderstorms and help them grow, especially as this one begins to organize over the next couple of days. We've talked a lot about the Madden-Julian oscillation the last couple of months, which means the term is referred to as the MJO, which is an upward pulse of motion in the upper levels of the atmosphere, which helps thunderstorm growth and development. Right now it's centered over the eastern Pacific. Here's the east coast of the United States. I know this is hard to read, but over the next 7 to 10 days, this pulse of upward motion will be moving off towards the east. It'll be entering to the first the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, then onward into the Central Atlantic. So as these waves move further west, they may find a better environment due to the impacts of the MJO. So that's just something we need to be mindful of as we head into the next few weeks. But we'll definitely keep you updated on the new Invest 96L that's coming off the coast of Africa, and we'll let you know if it looks like that storm will be developing. If you'd like to have all these images we just showed and more, check out our Hurricane Tracker app at www.hurtracker.com. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with another video update tomorrow afternoon. Thanks so much.